Hey everyone, attorney Matthew Ligon Sanchez here. Today, let's talk about how mental health issues can impact custody and visitation in New Mexico. During COVID, there's been a dramatic increase in anxiety, depression levels, mental health issues, and that could be caused by a number of different elements. Maybe you've lost your job, maybe you've lost a family member, maybe you have a significant illness and you're scared about getting COVID, you're scared about passing away and not being able to be with loved ones. For any number of reasons, you may have been affected emotionally, mentally by COVID, and this could have potentially spilled over into your custody and your visitation case, and you may have concerns. Is my mental health issues, are they going to be dragged through court? Am I gonna have to answer up about being medicated or seeing a therapist? And a lot of times people, they're scared. They're scared about the issues, the ramifications of having a mental health issue. Judges are human. Judges are going through COVID just like you and me. Judges are feeling a sense of isolation, increased anxiety, possibly depression. Maybe your judge is speaking to a counselor, a therapist, maybe taking some form of medication for anxiety or depression. Judges are human. So if you're worried about a stigma that's going to be attached with speaking to a counselor or with taking medication, just remember that your judge is human as well, and your judge is going through the same thing that you and me are going through. So keep that in mind when you're worried about the stigma of having a mental health issue. Mental health issues become an issue or a problem when it interferes with your ability to care for your child. So similar to alcohol, you can drink alcohol, alcohol is legal, but if you drink alcohol to a point where you can't care for your child, then it becomes a problem. If you have anxiety and depression and you're seeing a counselor, that's nothing to worry about. That's not a problem. In fact, that can actually be a good thing if you show that you're getting the treatment that you need, that you're taking your medication, that you're on your schedule. All of those can show that you're actually consistent, you're predictable, and that you're stable. Now, if you're not taking medication and you're not speaking to someone and you're having major issues and you're not able to care for your child, maybe you're getting arrested, maybe there's domestic violence, there's wild fights in your home, the police are constantly getting called, you're self-medicating, any number of different issues, if those are happening in your home, the judge is going to start having some major concerns about whether or not you're able to care for your child. So it's not so much seeking professional help and being medicated that is the issue. The issue is not doing those things and then having issues that impact your ability to care for your child. Are you experiencing mental health issues such as anxiety or depression? If so, you need to speak with a professional. And when you speak with a professional, if you need to take medication, don't consider that a bad thing. Be on your schedule, take what you're recommended to take. The important aspect is to not self-medicate. Don't self-medicate through drugs or alcohol to alleviate the anxiety. That can impact your case negatively. And not taking your medication, and if there's wild behavior that results from not taking it, that also can be very concerning to your judge. So think about medication and seeking professional help as a positive and not as a negative in your case. So judges are concerned with behavior, they're not concerned with labels so much. It's very easy to go into court and throw around the term sociopath, bipolar, narcissistic, any term, mental health label. Judges aren't concerned with that so much. They hear it a lot. Bipolar is thrown around a lot. If you suffer from bipolar disorder, it's not so much the label that's concerning to the judge, it's the behavior. Are you sending wild text messages? Are you self-medicating? Are you performing bizarre behavior or acting out wildly? You're unable to keep a job. You're up one moment, you're down one moment. You can't get out of bed to care for your kids. That is the sort of behavior that your judge is going to be concerned about. Anyone can go into court and throw around the term bipolar, but do they have facts to back it up? Is there an actual legitimate concern? And that's what your judge is going to look at. Not the label, but the actual facts. So some of the behavior that judges will be concerned about with mental health issue, they include domestic violence. Maybe there's recent abuse. maybe there's abnormal statements, there's kind of crazy statements made in court. Your judge is watching. One of the factors that they look at is your in-court behavior. And if you're acting wildly in court, if you're making wild statements, you have bizarre body language, your judge is going to be concerned by that. If you show up to court in a tank top and you're doing push-ups in the front lobby and you have a butane burner and the security guards have to follow you up to the court because you have mental health issues, that's going to be a problem. It's not so much the label of bipolar, but if your behavior is so bizarre that security is following you to courtroom and they're standing there as you're talking, you're gonna have a major problem. And that's not just because someone's throwing around a term and trying to box you into a term. It's because the behavior is extremely concerning, and that concern is gonna spill over to your judge. Custody and visitation case, they're an emotional time. And you can really get in your head during this time. You can think, man, I should have said this. It would have been perfect if I said that. Oh, I said Michael when I meant to say John. I said 8 when I meant to say 7. Those sort of facts aren't what you should be thinking about so much. Don't think about what you should have said, what you could have, how your posture was, or, don't get into micromanaging your body language. What you should be considering is going to work, being stable and consistent and caring for your child. If you need to speak to a professional to get the help you need, then you should talk to that professional. If you need medication to stable you out so you can care for your child and you can be there for them and you're not laying in bed or wildly crying, then you need to do those things. Your children are ultimately your major concern, and caring for your children, being there for them. The court wants to see stability. They want to see predictability. They want to see that you are meeting your child's needs. And if you need medication to do that, if you need to see a professional to do that, well, then you definitely should do that. Do you still have questions about how mental health issues can impact your custody or visitation case? If so, call an experienced attorney, an attorney that has handled multiple cases for years and years, custody cases. Call me. Call Matthew Legan Sanchez at 505 Sanchez. I can talk to you about your case from personal experience, and I can let you know how you can improve your case or what you need to be aware of that your judge is going to be concerned with. Call me, Matthew Legan Sanchez.